Welcome to This Explainer. Maybe you're tuning into this right now because life, well, it just feels incredibly heavy lately. We're going to unpack exactly what it means to navigate these kinds of seasons, looking at the dynamics of waiting, struggling, and ultimately figuring out how to actually find a way forward. So, are you just tired of waiting? Maybe you're totally exhausted from the constant struggle and you're wondering when on earth things are finally going to change. If you're sitting there right now asking yourself, when is this ever going to end? I really need you to know that you are absolutely not alone in feeling this kind of fatigue. But here is the crucial point I want you to remember. Your difficult season is not your whole story. Just let that sink in for a second. When you're right in the thick of a heavy chapter, it can literally feel like the walls are closing in, right? But this is just a season. It absolutely does not define the entirety of your life's story. Let's move into section 1, trusting the unseen work. Sometimes we honestly just don't understand why God allows certain doors to completely slam shut. We don't understand the delays, when that perfect timeline you had in your head gets completely shattered, and we really struggle to understand the silence. These are the core, confusing mysteries we all face during a difficult season. And this perfectly illustrates the disconnect. To us, looking around, it seems like nothing but silence and agonizing delays. It just feels empty. But just because you can't literally see what God is doing doesn't mean He isn't actively working. That unseen reality is happening right beneath the surface, even if we can't see it yet. Which brings us to section 2, taking the next step. If you're out there praying for a better future, please don't give up today. If you're waiting for an answer, you've got to keep believing. And if you've fallen down, just get back up. Resilience isn't about having a perfect record of never stumbling. It's about making the conscious decision to stand back up every single time. Listen, you don't have to see the entire road. Seriously, when we get stressed, we immediately try to calculate every single little variable 10 miles down the highway. But that immense pressure you're putting on yourself to figure out the whole journey, you can just go ahead and let that go. Because the reality is, you only need enough faith to take the next step. That's it. Just that one immediate, singular step right in front of you. Try to shrink your focus down to just taking that very next stride. All right, section 3, releasing your past. We've got to remember some hard truths here. Your past does not have to define your future. Your mistakes absolutely do not make you worthless. And your current struggles, they don't mean you've been forgotten. Isolation is usually the very first feeling that creeps in, but your struggle is definitely not an indicator of your permanent worth. So how exactly do we process this and move forward? First, just take a deep breath. Let go of that fear that's been gripping you. Give your worries over to God and step forward with hope. Think of it like a deliberate, conscious transfer of that super heavy burden you've been carrying around for way too long. And that leads us to our final section, prepared for something greater. The tears you cried were not the end. When you're right in the middle of crying them, I know it feels so terminal, like it's the end of the road. But those tears are absolutely not the final punctuation mark on your life story. Because one day, you might look back at this exact difficult chapter and realize it actually made you so much stronger. You'll see that the waiting wasn't wasted time at all. Every delay, every moment of silence, it was a hidden journey actively preparing you for something far greater. So today, whenever you do, don't give up. Keep praying, keep believing, and keep moving forward. It's really a daily drumbeat. You have the tools, and now it's all about just persisting through the noise. I want to leave you with this thought. What if the waiting you are enduring right now is the exact preparation you need for your greatest chapter? Just think about that. If you can view your current struggles through that specific lens, I promise you everything changes. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep taking that next step.